All right, we are in it. He is in it to win it. He is not shitting. He's not messing around this time. I think he's ready. I think. Here we go. We are gonna do. What is Game 6? Yeah, this is Game 6 in the best of 7 series. This could go to all 7 games. I'm pretty sure Otto has his rage pants on. See where this goes. See if Legoz lands it again. He does. Bottom left corner of Frost is Otto, blue Zerg. In the top left corner of Frost is Zerg, green Legoz. Legoz is being nice, saying, hey, you know what, buddy? I am up. There it is. Here comes a little bit of rage. You know, it's I don't know what to say in response here. I kind of just feel like he just needs to vent. You know, if I were to lose to that, I would probably be just as angry. I don't blame him for being a little angry, just because, you know, it's just it just is what it is. You know, this game does that. You just get thrown these curveballs, and you feel like you shouldn't lose to it, but it happens. It'll happen in tournaments. It'll happen in events. It'll happen on the ladder. It'll happen in custom games. It just happens. And when it happens and you don't expect it, you can't help it but get pissed off. It's just how things go, and you just got to take the loss and roll with it. You know, it's good that we're doing this for practice, because I don't think that happens too often to Otto. And Heavy Rain is the perfect map to do it. If you're not going to do it in Heavy Rain, you might as well do it in Daedalus Point. There's just a perfect amount of blind spot to hide your hatchery. I'm kind of curious to see what Legoz does here. Again, Legoz is very fond of cheesing and playing wild, as he says, wild card play when he does ZVZ. He doesn't like macro games as ZVZ. If you're going to meta game with Legoz, you might as well just recognize that he does not like ZVZ macro games. It's just not how he plays. Otto is taking his expansion now. It's a little bit later than normal. Normally he's around the 220 mark. He is about 25 seconds later than normal. Spawning pool coming down roughly at the same time. No extractor just yet, but doesn't mean we're not going to see it soon. Second hatchery just barely coming down for Legoz. A little bit slower for him as well, about 50 seconds slower. Extractor coming down, so we're seeing a 15-15-15. That would explain why he's a little bit slower than normal. Both players are actually supply capped right now. That's something you don't normally see. Otto is actually going to have his Overlord first, fixing his supply cap. There's still no Overlord. There we are. Overlord finally in production for Legoz. He's been supply capped for about 20 seconds now. Overlord's going to come up and actually see that Legoz has taken a second. He's going to scout the base. He's got to see the extractor. He's going to see the second extractor in the spawning pool just about being completed. He's going to know that his spawning pool is completed. He's going to move some drones down here to the natural base. So it's going to be a little bit more information. So Otto is expecting a 15-15-15. He's going to expect some pressure and aggression. And the last time Legoz used a 15-15-15 against Otto did an excellent job holding it off. He utilized his banelings and his roaches very well. I'm sorry, just his roaches and crawlers. Legoz had the banelings and zerglings. It was very nice hold off from Otto. So I'm kind of curious to see if he's able to do it again. You know, what better way to practice against your weakest matchup than to classic Legoz. I don't know how many of you guys have actually seen Legoz do this. Whenever he does a 15-15-15 against Zerg, he likes to do this. He likes to put an evolution chamber right inside the Zerg base in hopes that the player will pull drones and also acts as like a visual. You know, he can actually scout what's going inside the base here, and when the unit dies, it's going to spawn broodlings. And a lot of times, I've actually seen players take off all the drones from mineral line, or actually lose some drones to the broodlings. It's kind of unconventional. A lot of players rage out when that happens, but again, that's just what Legoz does. Otto preparing for the 15-15 through the front. He's got 2 queens side by side, followed by 2 evolution chambers here. Getting ready for the wall off. Evolution chamber down here is about to fall. We do have 2 extractors being made right here, so we're going to see some 1-1 roach play, I'm pretty sure. I mean, that's pretty much what we've seen so far. And the queen's actually taken all the aggro from the broodlings, saving the drones, which is good. It's the best way to do it. Like I said, I've seen a lot of players in the past pull their drones, and it was a terrible mistake. Otto playing very smart, waiting until the evolution chamber was down to show that he's going to actually be running off 4 extractors, so we might actually see some fast Muta play. Again, I'm sitting on my caster's chair way up here in the world, not really down aware of what's going, so I could be wrong, but I feel like this is setting up the makings for some very fast. Let's see. We do have the Roach Warren, so we are going to see some Roaches. But I'm kind of curious to see if he actually does the classic Otto transition to Muta while the Roaches are going. In production, Legoz with the actually the Mutalist. Did I say Mutabay? I think I did. Either way, Legoz building the spire here. Everything's a bay. I don't know what it is. I've said Evolution Bay. I've said Spawning Bay. I've said Muta Bay. I think everything should just be a bay. Fuck it. Everything's a bay. So the Hatchery Bay and the Spore Crawler Bay down here are obviously Legoz is expecting Spore Crawler. Like that's obviously what he's. I mean, there's no other reason to do that unless he's metagaming as well. Both these players are trying to think about what the other player is doing, and this happens quite a bit. Now we have the 8-minute good luck, have fun. Now the aggression has subsided, hopefully for Otto. Hopefully he has calmed down a little bit since that last loss. There it is. There we go. The handshake. A little bit happier. That's nice, gentlemen. Way to be polite. Otto is sitting comfortably ahead, though, with 47 drones to Lego's 30. His army, his supply is also twice the amount of Lego supply. Legoz is producing 17 Mutalists, or 7 Mutalists, excuse me. He's about 10 seconds away from having his Mutalists already. There is one Spore Colony, Spore Crawler. Really? Back to Brood War. I am so outdated, it's ridiculous. One Spore Crawler sitting behind his mineral line. The lair is coming. And Otto is going to move out with his first force of 18 roaches. No upgrades this time. Normally he has an upgrade. And Legoz showing his hand early again. You know, there is something to be said for Legoz. I think he jumps the gun. It reminds me of a premature... how else do you say it? Someone who gets a little excited. We'll just say he jumps the gun. And it happens all the time with Legoz. He's like, I really have this. I really want to do it. You know what? I see this Overlord. I'm going to show all my Mutalists by killing this one Overlord. So he's like, you know what? I made a mistake. I'm just going to go ahead and kill all these Mutalists. And there's nothing you can do about it. In response, we're seeing Burrow being upgraded, as well as Speed, and Hydralisk Den is coming down. The Zerg Flyer damage, Zerg +1 attack, is about 50 seconds away from being completed. There are 22 Roaches and 10 Mutalists on the field. In terms of army supply, they should be... Wow, actually, I thought they'd be a little bit closer than that, but Otto is ahead by about 18. It's not too extravagant, but the ground force alone could do a significant amount of damage, and it takes a lot of Mutalists to kill Roaches, just because they're so beefy, and they actually are sitting on a 1-1 now. A little bit slower than what Otto normally gets, but I think he was actually going to try and go for an early aggression, which is why he waylaid his upgrades a little bit. Legoz bringing his Mutalists back home. Neither player really making too much of an inch here. In terms of units lost, it's been relatively slow. I think, yeah, just 3 Overlords have been lost, and it's nothing too extravagant here. In terms of resources lost, Otto's only lost the 306 from the Overlords, and Legoz lost 125 from an Overlord, and the Evolution Chamber. Not Evolution Bay, Evolution Chamber. Sound disabled, excuse me. Legoz deciding he no longer likes this. You know, there's something to be said for an army of spine crawlers here. Roach is finally moving out, while backed up by approximately 4 Hydralisks. It is a significant amount of Hydralisks to do precisely what needs to be done to take care of these Mutalisks. Lego's chasing away the ground forces, not before Otto loses 2 roaches. Nothing too crazy. Otto reacted perfectly in order to minimize the damages. So Turtle actually said what I was thinking. Lego's is going to start turtling just to see where to go from here. So in response, Otto's going to go Overlord hunting. It's not that bad of an idea. I mean, if you can't get on the base, see if you can snipe some Overlords. That's what Terran does. Why not? And actually shrink the amount of free supply, so Legos actually have to spend some larvae making more Overlords. Otto trying to find a good way to crack the shell. I imagine this is extremely frustrating for Zerg players right here. Otto has 4 larvae, 2 larvae, whereas Lego's sitting on 12 larvae. In terms of harvesters, they're both relatively equal, and the supply is about 50 supply in Otto's favor. And he can probably get away with sneaking in a 2/2 upgrade before he has to do too much more damage. Speaking of upgrades, Legos is upgrading level 2 attack for his Mutalisks and speed for his Zerglings, and he also has the Infestation Pit already on the floor. We're now seeing the push finally happen from Otto here. Kind of curious to see how these Mutalisks handle this Hydra play. 2/2 Hydras. Very vicious anti-Mutalisk play. Legos accidentally brought his swarm host out. Terrible timing for that spawning crawler or swarm host to decide he didn't want to be burrowed anymore. Otto just barreling through. It looks like we're actually gonna go all 7 games. Otto going all the mineral line. He was going straight for the throat. I guess that loss really irked him, and he's making it very apparent here. He is just annihilating this main base and this expansion base. The hatcheries go down. At this point, there's really nothing that he can do. Lego's trying to do all he can. Unfortunately, I don't think... Does he have... Legos has 20 drones alive. Okay, I thought all the drones are there. I thought they all died for some reason. So let's get a bigger look at things. I mean, we have Hydralisks down here picking this off. Legos is going to do the GG. Otto and Legos tied 3-3 for the series. We're going to go all 7. Retribution was never more sought after than what we just saw. That was a vicious grudge match, and Otto just went straight for the jugular and got a direct hit. So we're going to actually go 7 for all 7 games. Very excited that actually happened. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do another cast. I do have to be the domesticated male tonight and cook my fiance dinner. I know, but sometimes you just got to do it. Yes. But I will try to do some more practice exhibitions here. You guys ready? Keep in mind, Otto is from Netherlands, so it was actually, I believe, 10 when we first started. So it's got to be close to 11:30, if not midnight, right now. So he's got to be running on low sleep. Just waiting for the go-ahead by Otto. Anytime there, guy. Yeah, he is ready. So I'm going to check the stream chat real quick. Dem bays, you're absolutely right. We got bays all over the place. Bays for you, bays for me. Hey, if you guys haven't followed my stream yet, please follow my stream. I intend on doing these exhibitions, showcases as often as possible to motivate our players in Group A and Group B and get our team captains involved in the practice process by having best of 7 matches like this. I will be casting them. Other people will be casting them with me, and I will showcase them and have them on our YouTube account as well as have them on my VODs right down here. So on the left portion of Ultrazim Stronghold is the green Zerg player Legos. On the bottom right corner is Otto, the teal Zerg. Now Legos has been random every single time, and out of all 7 games he was Protoss once. The other matches he was Zerg. I don't think it's random. I'm very confident in feeling that the random mechanic in StarCraft is actually based on your most frequently played race, because anytime I go random, I almost always get Terran. I don't know what it is. Both players looking for the other's base. Now, I'm curious to see which player plays like Jaedong. I was saving this map for last because I know neither player likes playing against Zerg, and neither player actually macros that often against Zerg. I know Otto tries, but